There's Barrett Carter again.
He's going to have nightmares, because Carter's been everywhere tonight.
Everywhere we go, we tell people, you know, we could be walking down the aisle at Home Depot, like, hey, you know my son plays football? No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
So who do you think does that more, dad or mom?
Yeah. I can't speak enough about my parents. They poured so much into me just when I was a young kid, and off the field, like, those are my two best friends, and oh man. I'm Barrett Carter, and I play linebacker at Clemson University. When I was 7, my family decided we were gonna move to Georgia. It was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I found my best friends here. Like, it's just such a family-friendly environment, just like Clemson is, but like, Sewanee it's really shaped me to the man that I am today. Just coming from a place that really cares about you, not just as an athlete, but as a man and as a student. I love this place. I hope I call it home in the future, but Sewanee it's the best city in America, and I love living here. The infamous safety dance. We never even practiced that. Like, that was just on the fly, which is insane. I do not make my bed. I'm not gonna. My mom was like, you need to make your bed. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna show everyone what the true me is. I don't make my bed. Hilton Head, what year is that, 2013? I don't know what the dude or the lady was looking at when he made that, but I don't think that looks like me. That's just me though.
The first time I knew that you probably had a future, at least to play football at a high level, high school, maybe even college, was when we moved here to Georgia. That was the game changer. I mean, you played, what do you play, a year back home? Mm-hmm. But football is different down here.
In the South.
In the South, and I learned that it's a religion down here. I'm gonna say the second year you played, I started looking, started watching, I was like, you know, he's got some instincts, which is a big part of football, is instincts and IQ. And I said, and now he combined the physicality with it. And I'm thinking that if he gets to high school, he can be a standout. And then in your freshman year, that's exactly what happened.
We got the basketball courts coming up here. Used to come up here, run some games in the summer. Great conditioning. Like, if you don't feel like running on a track or going to a field and running, shoot, play 5 games of pickup. Oh my gosh. That is a workout of its own. It's just crazy. I feel so old driving in here, just, oh man, but here's where the magic happens. Nah, this is it. Crazy. Very nostalgic. I'm not crying right now, I got something in my eye. But a lot of plays were made on this field, to say the least. We're about at the 50-yard line. I was at running back, I got a handoff. This guy tried tackling me, and when he tackled me, it made me do a spin move. Then another dude came in, I did a real spin move, and then I scored. It was a brisk, chilly night in Sewanee, Georgia. The North Gwinnett Bulldogs were playing the Shiloh Generals, Raiders, whatever they are. Barrett Carter lined up at the slot in his stance. I didn't do that. But that's the exact play. I can truly say the guys that I have the blessing to be able to go to work with every single day, I wouldn't want to do it with any other bunch. And they make the most challenging days so much better. We have so much talent on the team, and sometimes when you have those talented guys, they're not, you don't really click with them off the field, but you know, I love going to work with these guys, and I love the relationship that I have with them off the field too. Just knowing that I could call up anyone on the team, let's go get something to eat, let's go watch a movie, and they'll be down to do that. That goes so much deeper than football for me, just knowing that I have that relationship with them off the field.
I know deep down inside you're a humble kid, because we kind of raised you to be that way, kind of humble, but at the same time hustle harder than anybody out there on the field. You know what they say, hard work beats talent every day, and we've seen that a bunch of times.
I can't say enough about just so much love, wisdom, support, just my whole life. And get me choked up over here, but nah, I love them so much. Can't say enough about them. They really just shaped me into the man that I am today, and I can't wait to repay them in the future. And there's no amount of money that could even suffice what they've done. But I just want to show my love and appreciation for them, and I will do that in the future. So I love you guys. Outstanding Leadership Award. Nothing to do with football, just off the field. And my principal gave me that. So, you know, all the football awards, all this stuff's very cool, but when you actually get recognized for the man that you are off the field, that stuff speaks volumes. So that's probably one of my favorite awards up here.
When I was pregnant and I had an ultrasound, and the ultrasound revealed that he had water on your brain. Okay. And I remember being at the appointment with your dad, and we're both getting the news. And he's trying to be strong for me, and I'm just basically in shock. Okay. But I asked the doctor, I said, but can he still go to Harvard? I remember asking the question, And I said, and the doctor said, he can. He may be a little behind, but he can. And I said, then that's good enough for me. Got to the car and I broke down. Because then it hit me like, oh my God, like this could really happen. Long and short, the doctor before we left the office said we'd do another ultrasound, I believe it was. And we'll check again. Go back, do another ultrasound. No water. Perfect. And they put up the pictures side by side. I'm not trying. It will always be, it will always be the picture side by side though. That it was there and then it wasn't. There are some people in our lives that know the story. And now other people will know the story, but it is what makes you my boy.
I don't know where I learned it, but I'm very intentional with people, and I'll say my intentionality is really what makes me who I am. So just a very caring, loving person, who's very intentional with the people that he cares about.
One day your dad and I were out. He was off work that day, took me out to lunch, and Mrs. Khaki sent me something. And in the text she goes, I love this boy. She went on to explain that you were out recess play football with your friends. And this little kid comes up to you and says, Barrett, Niche, you remember. What did Niche want from you? You to play with him. And you dropped the ball with your friends and just went and started playing with Niche. And just said and gave him the best time. He's autistic. And she said you made his day. Those are the things that it takes me back to water on the brain.
believe it or not, even growing up, we used to talk all the time when you were, I said, there's something about him. I don't know what it is, honey, but he has some type of anointing on him. Even my dad says it. You know, he's a preacher, so even he says, there's something about him. You know, I said, I don't know what it is, but he's going to make a huge contribution to this world. And I didn't know which way, because back then you were so young. We knew you were athletic, but we didn't know if it would be, maybe you'd be a doctor or a lawyer, or maybe an athlete, but we just knew there was something bigger than us planned for you. But I would have never said that at that age that maybe he'll play pro sports, play college sports.
Yeah, there's young Barrett. This was 7th grade picture day. That's the year before I knew that I was pretty good at football.
When you got the devastating news, and it was quite devastating to you.
Yeah, I remember.
That they were switching you to linebacker.
I remember that.
You were just devastated. Fast forward, you got the offer from Temple. And I remember
the next day.
Yeah, the next day. And all the coaches were teasing you. Barrett is upset because he's not a wide receiver anymore. But Barrett got an offer as a linebacker. But Barrett's still having trouble being a linebacker because he wants to be a receiver.
If you would have told 7th grade me that I would be a linebacker at Clemson University, I would have thought I probably would have quit football then. Because I hated defense. I played it because I was this size in the 2nd grade. And so, but no, I was a strictly receiver and running back, and that was it. Success looks, for me, it's just as long as me and my family's happy. So by any means, as long as I still have that internal joy where no matter what the circumstances are, or no matter what may be happening, as long as I'm happy and the ones around me are happy, then I think that's pretty successful. And I don't want to ever be in a position where my success is based off of maybe money or how I perform on the field. As long as in my heart I feel that, you know, I feel the joy, I feel the happiness, that's success. That's success to me at the end of the day. Oh, that's terrible. There it is. Oh. Blue 15. Blue 15. Sad height. Oh. Bo Collins. Bo Collins.
Oh, no. That must have missed by inches.
Oh, and the fact that it's a little cliffhanger right now and I didn't get to finish.